Just thinking about what kind of battle took place behind those doors gives me goosebumps. After the contest, they say the Sacred Ancestor went to sleep for 100 years. Apparently, it took quite a toll on him.
He screwed up.
Too true. And that's why you're out here. But no matter how you look at it, you shouldn't have taken this job. Look at my goosebumps. I bet even the Sacred Ancestor got them. The question is, can we even get those doors open?
The door trembled and twisted without a moment's rest, and even when Dee stepped forward and put his left hand to it, it still didn't take its normal shape. After applying a little force, Dee quickly pulled his hand back.
Damn. Why, the power you put into it heads off in a different direction. Or rather, it just spirals off. At this rate, that door could be made of tissue paper and you still couldn't get it open.
Once again, the black-gloved hand touched the surface of the iron door. The hunter didn't seem to put any particular force behind it. He remained that way for 5 seconds, then 10. Both halves of the door swung in ever so slightly. The crack where the iron doors met became a fine line of light. Its thickness grew, and from beyond it blew a mysterious black wind. Was there nothing concerning the nobility that this young man couldn't handle? The iron doors that were supposed to disperse all force applied to them now seemed ready to yield. It was then that the change happened. In the stone wall to either side of the iron doors was a 3-foot deep niche, 15 feet long, and each of them housed 3 monk-like statues in hooded robes, though the ones to the right of the doorway had their heads lying down at their feet, while the 3 to the left remained intact. The latter trio had begun to move, letting out the kinds of grotesque screams that were inconceivable from any human throat. They writhed on the floor. They were the movements of stone. There was no mistaking that. However, little by little they were becoming more human. Even the colors of their robes became evident. Dark blue, yellow, and gray.
The 6 Guardian Knights. 3 of them were beheaded by the Sacred Ancestor, but supposedly the other 3 were turned to stone. And they say those 3 were the only ones that managed to wound the Sacred Ancestor. So, the legends are true. People turned to stone changing into human beings. Dee, you have to take care of these clowns first.
Dee turned. The robed figures charged toward him like the wind. A silvery gleam shot toward the neck of the one in front of him. It could even cleave rock.
Oh!
The cry of astonishment was overlaid with a metallic sound. One of those who just finished turning into a human being, the one in the yellow robe, had parried the blow. A blow from Dee's sword. An instant later, a blade whizzed toward Dee. The parry had become an attack. The 2 combatants switched places. The robed figure reeled, clutching his belly as he twisted around. Not taking another strike at him, Dee flew through the air. A blow mowed through the position he'd occupied. Then, headed for where he'd landed, it was from the figure to the rear, the foe in dark blue. At this point, heaven and earth shook. Though Dee managed to land safely, his opponent was thrown off balance. Not facing his foe, Dee dashed in the direction of the corridor that had led him there, vanishing in the blink of an eye.
Were you whipped?
Dee's left shoulder had split open. Fresh blood fell to the floor. The one in the yellow robe had scored a hit.
Well, even for you, those 3 are a lot to handle. Don't take them on unless you can do it one-on-one.
Dee looked at the gate. Once again, heaven and earth shook.
What's that?
This time the voice got an answer.
An attack from outside. This was a fortress, wasn't it?
Undaunted, the gorgeous figure in black started back the way he'd come at a rapid clip. But behind him, the number of headless statues had increased by 1.